Hey everyone, it's Nancy, and I'm checking in for my vacation because while I was gone, I heard about Governor Newsom's new order of putting the dimmer switch back on businesses again in the state of California. So, if you haven't already heard from the noon announcement today, that the businesses that are closing are in the counties that they were already on the monitoring list for at least 3 days, which includes fitness centers, and you all know how much that means to me because I love my gym, places of worship, offices for non-critical sectors, which again means like the chamber office. We're back to working from home, even though we've primarily been doing that. So those of you who are fully back in your office, your business may not be, may be going back to working from home. Personal care services, which is like the nail salons, the waxing services, tattoo parlors, hair salons and barbershops, and malls, except I'm saying this because if you go online to the governor's website, it has actually the orders per each of those industries. And so on the malls, I'm not 100% sure it's completely closed. So I want you to check that out if you're a retail operation that's in a mall. Although a mall themselves, they are private businesses, they may decide that they're going to close. So what I want to tell you about is what the chamber is doing. Last week we did a StreamYard with our friends from the West Hollywood Chamber and the Culver City Chamber, and we talked about the California Coalition for Safe Reopening because we're looking to find solutions for secure and expeditious reopenings for business. And while we're just getting this off the ground, because last week we already had that whiplash effect in the dimmer switch, now we're going to be kicking it into high gear and talking to our elected officials, which we, Greater San Fernando Valley Chamber did last week too, along with our over 40 partners for this coalition. And what we want to do is three different things. It's a three-part plan. One is to require the state to use emergency funds to supplement funding for county health departments and enforcement divisions that oversee adherence to opening regulations. That would include authorizing counties to grant immediate reopening for all restaurants and bars that demonstrate compliance with the county's reopening regulations in accordance with state regulations. Now, let me tell you, when we wrote this, all these other businesses were still open. So I'm sure we're going to be looking at our three measures here and probably making some adjustments to that. We're also looking at the creation of a California COVID-19 Emergency Business Interruption Fund to provide grants to businesses to cover expenses related to safe reopening, as well as all the losses included in displaced revenue related to the July 1st closure and those thereafter, and for future unanticipated closures. And we're looking at, we're encouraging the state and actually urging the state a creation of a safe reopening task force, which will work directly with state and local officials at the implementation for mandatory testing and creation of recovery centers as a dual alternative to shutting down segments of the economy. You know, it's tough times. This is tough. I come to you all the time about with hope and optimism, and always I tell you I'm a realistic optimist, and I'm still trying to be realistic with this that we're going to get through. I don't see how we don't really have a choice. And so to all the businesses out there who are saying, what the heck are we going to do? Be sure you go to our website for our resource page, sfbresource.com. Fuyumi is in the office. I'm going to put her email in the chat so that way you have it, because I'm sure she is updating that website probably even as we speak, because you want to make sure you're always checking out SFB Resource to get information. I'll put that in the chat too. You can find more information there. We're going to be monitoring the situation in the next 24, 48 hours, and we're going to be getting some clear clarification on what all the new ordinances and orders are, and if there is any light at the end of the tunnel, because this order was written with no end date, no other definition of when this was going to end. Now, just so you guys know, last week I spoke to every elected official at the local, state, and federal level about this, about our California Coalition for Safe Reopening. And thankfully, Councilmember Krikorian's office is very much on board with us and wants to work with us, which means we need them to work with us to get to the state level. At the restaurant level, we were talking to them in Councilmember Rue's office about making it easier for the businesses to do the alfresco LA. But now, obviously, we're taking a little pivot here and figuring out what we're going to do next with it. So we're going to be reaching out to Councilmember Krikorian and Councilmember Rue to continue figuring out the local level issues and getting them to put some pressure along with us on our state elected officials. And with that, Culver City Chamber, they're working to find an author for our three-point plan, and hopefully Assemblyman Nazarian is watching this, and Senator Stern, because I'm going to be reaching out to you like I always do to partner with us on moving this forward. And I'm going to say early on, we look forward to working with you because we need to keep our business community strong and thriving. And we want to see you bounce back from this economic hardships from COVID-19. And as always, the health and safety of our community, our employees, our families come first, and we need to find a way to open with care. And we're going to continue to do that. And as your chamber, we're going to work really hard to help find the solutions to help you open with care and to be able to keep operating. So as I said, I'm on vacation, so I'm going to sign out right here. Today, always proud to be SFE. Have a great day.